All right, let's jump right in. We're going to pull back the curtain on something that's happening literally all around us, all the time. But you can't see it at all. Think of it like a hidden network, right? An ancient conversation that has shaped, well, pretty much the entire story of life on Earth.
So take a look at this. It's beautiful, right? I mean, these smooth, flowing lines, it almost looks like a piece of abstract art. But it's actually a visual metaphor for something incredibly powerful, a very real biological process. It's this unseen exchange that we're going to unpack today.
Which, brings us to the big question here. What secret connection between the tiniest living things is this image actually showing us? And trust me, the answer? It has massive implications. We're talking about everything from the modern crisis of antibiotic resistance all the way to the very engine of evolution itself. It is a huge piece of the puzzle of life.
Okay, so to get to the bottom of that question, we've got to shift from the mystery of it all to the actual science. Let's start with the core definition, the idea at the very heart of this whole thing.
So what's the secret? It all comes down to one word: conjugation. Now, I know it sounds a little, academic maybe, but the idea behind it is incredibly dynamic. This is the name for that hidden connection we've been talking about.
And the definition is actually beautifully simple. Conjugation is, and I'm quoting here, one of the mechanisms by which genetic material is transferred from one bacterium to another. That's it. So the key thing to get here is that this isn't about reproduction. It's all about sharing.
Now that sounds like a simple sentence, but believe me, every single part of it is just packed with meaning. So let's break it down, let's really unpack it, and see how this amazing process works.
Okay, you can really think of it in three key parts. First up, genetic material. The DNA, the actual blueprint for how an organism is built, how it works. Then, part two. That blueprint is transferred. And this isn't just some accident. It's an active, deliberate exchange. And finally, step three. It happens between bacteria. We're talking a direct physical connection. It's like a peer-to-peer network for sharing life's source code. How cool is that?
Okay, so now that we've got the mechanics down, let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture. Because this seemingly simple process, it creates this entire world of exchange. It's like a huge living library where genetic information is just being passed around all the time.
Let's go back to that key phrase, because this is the part that really changes everything. Genetic material is transferred from one bacterium to another. I mean, just think about this for a second. Imagine you could learn a brand new skill and then just, hand that knowledge over to your friend. That is exactly what bacteria are doing with critical survival information, like resistance to antibiotics. They're just passing it right along. And this brings us right back to where we started. That image, the one that looked like abstract art, well, now it has some serious meaning, doesn't it? You're not just seeing lines anymore. You're seeing that constant flow of information. You're seeing the exchange of genetic blueprints, weaving through the entire microbial world and connecting all these individual little organisms into one giant, resilient, super adaptive network.
So that leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. If the simplest forms of life on our planet have what is basically a built-in internet for sharing survival secrets, what does that really mean for how we think about the evolution of all life? It kind of suggests that evolution isn't just about competition and slow, gradual change. It's also about collaboration and incredibly fast adaptation, all happening through this vast, hidden network.